Hey everybody, how you doing? Chef Sean here. My daughter Madison, aka Molly, you might know her as, on the YouTube streets. We're making a.
Is that good?
You don't know? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. This is chicken fajita bowl with avocado and salsa rice, and it's gonna be really good. So we really like fajitas, but we didn't feel like doing the flour tortilla thing. We found it really overfilling sometimes. Sometimes we're in the mood for it. Today is not the time. You could also do another option that we didn't consider, Maddie. We could do a cheddar over top, grated cheddar, but we don't have to. I'm not in the mood today.
Yeah, no, not today.
But just throwing that out there in case I forget down the road, because I probably will. So, Maddie, I'm waiting for Maddie to share this all out, and we'll get going.
Oh, yes. Here, I'll just take this off the heat for now. While I quickly share this out. Hello.
There, talk to the people while you share it out.
Hello, everybody. I am now sharing this out. Well, yeah, obviously. That's what you just said. I'm like, how do I commentate? Okay.
I am the camera guy. She's cooking today, so it's kind of nice. I helped her prep a bit, but we're ready to rock and go here. And I could chat with you guys for a change. It's my turn to chat with everybody. So as soon as it's shared out, give it about 20 seconds and off and running, off we'll go. So we'll do this. Everybody having a good day out there? What's up? Welcome, whoever's here. How you doing? I'm going to start showing you stuff, what we got going on here. So let's do that. Maddie, can you press it to turn it?
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to walk you guys through everything. There's, for 2 people, probably there's going to be enough for 3 people. So there's going to be leftovers. There's 2 chicken breasts sliced up. One green, 1 red pepper. What's going on there? Chicken. And we'll go over here. And there is caramelized onions. We have onions on the go here. This has been literally cooking for 20 minutes on low. Look at those brown.
Oh my god, I want to just eat that
Guys,
right now.
that alone with a little red wine in it. Yeah. Smells so good in here. They're browning nicely.
May or may not have had, I had some of it already.
So that's 1.5 large onions. If you don't like onions, don't put it in. I'll never know. But it makes huge difference in flavor. So I'm gonna let our pan heat up here. Wait for a few more people to get in the house, and off and running we'll go. Oh, onion cam. Dun, 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 dun. So, tell them what you're doing.
Alright, so now that your onions all browned up and nice, what are you going to want to do? You're going to want to take your red onion, that's not red onion, red pepper and green pepper and put it in there.
Thinly sliced, just like
Thinly
your
sliced.
onions thinly sliced. And you're going to want to get color. And how to get color? You crank up the heat a little bit.
Yes.
You want a little brown going on those veggies, because that's going to give it, we're building flavor on flavor, depths of flavor. That's why we cooked our onions first. Because if we would have put that all together, like they do at the restaurants, we wouldn't have that nice, wonderful caramelized brown going on the onions. So that's why we caramelized our onions first. So we got a whole different layer of flavor. This is going to be better. In other words, this is going to be better than your typical restaurant because they throw everything in the pan all together. Onions, peppers.
That's one.
So we're going to brown them up nice. Tell everybody a story. There you go.
A story?
Yeah, story time.
So, Mr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes are camping, right? They pitch their tent underneath the stars. Holmes wakes up in the middle of the night and says, Watson, what do you see? Watson says, I see many, many stars. He says, what do you deduce from that? Watson says, well, there are many stars in the sky, and that means there's planets circulating each star, meaning that there must be Earth-like planets out there, and probably even life. Sherlock Holmes looks at him and says, you idiot, that means somebody stole our tent.
But
Get it? Because they can see the stars, and if there was a tent, they would be able to.
Oh my God.
I've seen it online, by the way.
Well,
Obviously.
probably.
But when I seen it, I was like snorting. And I told Dad, and he was like, okay, yeah.
See a safety tip she's doing? She's hanging on to the frickin' panhandle as she's cooking. There's a safety tip.
And another safety tip is when you're cooking and you go to step away from it, put the panhandle out of the way so if you walk by it, you don't hit it and knock it over.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just want to... Set down, leave that alone. Look how beautiful that is. Look at this. With the onions and oh my gosh. This is going to be fantastic. I am so ready.
But you gotta have patience. It's gonna take a while. Like
Exactly.
we want brown.
If you want to build that flavor, it takes time. You can't just put it in a pan and expect flavor to just happen right away. Like, you need to slowly build up all the
It's
flavors.
gotta be a process.
Exactly.
And it's worth it in the end. It's worth the extra 20 minutes, people. Trust me. Avocado before you put it on. Sea salt, black cracked pepper, and the avocado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why not?
So did you do it like right on top? That's what it's done?
I would do it on the avocado though, because what's not seasoned in the dish. Right?
Oh, great.
You can do it on top of the bowl, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
She's seasoning our avocado that she cut up, because that's not seasoned. And if you want to taste like avocado, salt and pepper. You season everything, people. Don't be afraid.
And something, because I'm like, oh, it just looks really fancy when you go really up high and you sprinkle something. And Dad's like, well, actually, the technique is that so that when you sprinkle it from up high, it rains on top of it instead of getting it really concentrated in one area.
Right, it evenly distributes that way.
Right.
So it does look fancy, so it's bonus, but there's purpose behind it.
Exactly.
So it evenly distributes, so you don't, like she said, have one little pile of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's everybody having for dinner? How you doing? Welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
Thank you for watching the replay. If you watch the replay, hit that subscription button, hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button. This is what we do, at least once a week. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So we might do it once every 1.5 weeks. It all works out the balance, I think, about once a week.
Mm-hmm.
If it's worth it, we'll...
Oh, look, the brownness is starting to...
Yeah, see, there's starting to be brown in the pepper. See that pepper right there? Brown happening. And I got the heat up high now, people. Now we're at the high zone. A little more brown. Then we're going to move over to our chicken. Like I said, usually we have fajitas with flour tortillas, with cheese. We're going a little lighter today. No flour tortilla, no cheese.
Look at our fancy new pot holder.
This is something a little lighter. So at this point, I would say you're good. You can put your...
Oops, I'm spilling everywhere, but that's okay.
Because now, what you could throw your chicken in there. Now, why wouldn't you throw your chicken in there right now?
Because there's flavor at the bottom of the pan.
That, and another reason would be if you threw it in, your chicken's gonna do
would
what?
burn because it would go.
No, it would steam.
It would steam.
Because look what's coming from that. Steam. So we don't want steamed chicken. We want what?
Cooked chicken.
Brown chicken.
Brown chicken, yes.
So we got a little bit of oil. That'd be great. So we don't want steamed chicken, we want brown chicken because there's flavor in brown, as we're learning every time. You're here at MonStar Factory. What's happening? Okay, don't worry about that too much because you're putting water in it later, Maddie.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. Just put the chicken in?
Yep. Hear that sizzle? That means your oil's hot. Ready to go. Carefully.
Take your chicken and don't use this side of your knife because it's gonna dull your blade.
Yeah, don't dull your blade,
Use
people.
the other side of your knife.
Be kind to your knives. Be kind to your knives. See it browning already? Look at that. Give it a little flip. It's already browning. You're going to want a raw spoon though, so we're not cross-contaminating.
Wrap it in my... Hello. Am I going insane? Did I not have a... Okay.
So there's a raw spoon. So we're not cross-contaminating. There's our cook spoon. Raw spoon, cook spoon equals not getting sick. Right?
Right. And if you only have one spoon, then just wash it.
All right.
Wash it very well with warm, soapy water.
And as we do in each layer as we cook, we what?
Season it!
Season! Boom,
Yeah.
shakalaka. Who knew, right?
I'm just gonna leave this like this. That should be fine.
As long as you don't take long with it. Right. Give me some more light. Turn on the light over here. There's some shadows going on. There you go.
Oh my gosh, you guys can actually see it now.
We're in action. We're in action. There's our onions ready to go back in to play with the chicken. But we want the chicken. How cooked do we want the chicken there, Sous Chef?
80?
80% cooked. Because once we put the liquid in and scrape the bottom with the fajita seasoning and the onion, we got to let it cook down the chicken a bit, right? And it's going to finish cooking the other 20% in the sauce, right?
Right.
Looking good, guys. Process. It's a process. See that brown? Brown. If we would have put the chicken in with the vegetables, we would have white, plain white, flavorless, restaurant-style chicken. So once it's 80% cooked and we put the vegetables on top, the chicken has to be at the bottom still cooking a bit. Then you're going to add your fajita seasoning, people, and your water. And then we're going to turn it down. Then we'll go back to the cook spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Salmonella is not your friend.
Or you see those things like meat.
Unless you want to like lose weight quickly, then it's wonderful.
Or like you see those things, it's like, oh my gosh, medium rare chicken. How come no one's done this? I'm like, because you're gonna die. I'm like, you're gonna get very sick. That's why.
Looking good, guys. This is gonna be hell of a supper.
And cross-contamination is the one theme that I see in Kitchen Nightmares. Is they cross-contaminate or they put like the cooked chicken with the raw chicken.
Chef Ramsay would love me. I think I'd be Chef Ramsay's so-called cup of tea, pun intended, which is English. I think I'd be his cup of tea. I think he'd like me. How's it going, Zerk? Welcome.
What's up, Zerk?
I really think Molly's cooking. I'm on camera duty. I get to talk to you guys for a change.
Oh my gosh.
How's it going? Welcome. Smash that thumbs up button, people.
I am going to... That one. There we go.
Like I said, raw spoon, cooked vegetable spoon that we're going to go into after. We're going to get rid of the raw spoon here in a minute. Actually, we can get rid of it now. Done. Here. We are about 70%, 10% to go. You want your chicken 80%. Like I said, we've been doing it in layers. We started off with caramelized onions. It took 20 minutes, but it's worth the time. Low and slow, butter, oil, salt, pepper. You cook them down so they've gotten nice and brown, just like there. See the nice brown onions? You don't get that in a restaurant, folks, because they don't take the time to brown the onions first. So we brown the onions, then we added our peppers, browned some of our peppers up, got a little bit of color on them. Then we took it out, then we cooked our chicken. Then we cooked our chicken here. We're at 80%, we're good to go.
Alright, now we take this and we put it back in.
Now it's gonna
Right
play
on
and become
top.
happy in the hot tub with everybody.
Oh, and what's that? There's all this stuff on here. You don't want to miss that. So,
We gotta put water in anyway now.
right.
Go ahead.
Just ready to get in there. Yeah, I'm gonna take a cup of
You want about a cup of water. If you need less than that. Just 3/4 of that.
how much?
Yep.
And what you want to do after you do all
We got
this.
a half a pack of fajita seasoning. It smells wonderful in here, guys. We already pre-made our rice. You're gonna want to make Spanish rice, white rice. You do you, whatever you want to make. Got the heat up pretty high here because we want to finish off cooking the chicken as well. Let's get the flavors all together.
What's going to happen is
let
we're
it
going
get
to let
nice
it
and-
cook down, so then that becomes nice and thick and it coats everything.
Reducing.
And then you reduce it, and all the flavor is just.
You reduce the
happy,
liquid
happy.
to condense the flavor, and it'll thicken. I'm gonna be good to go. So as soon as we get to a thickening point where we want, we're gonna put our Spanish rice right in. If you want to get all fancy smancy, you can put your rice at the bottom of the bowl and put your stuff on top. We're throwing it all in. We're good with that. We're home cooking people. We're really cooking here. It's real food. Real food for real families, real friends. Good stuff. Yeah.
That looks glorious.
So we're basically thickening it and finishing cooking the chicken.
Just do this to the bottom of the pan. Deglaze the pan, they call it. So any kind of flavor or anything like that, like from the chicken or from the anything
Vegetables.
stuck to the bottom,
You
just
get little brown bits that stick, little food particles that stick to the bottom. That's tons of flavor.
call it little particles of heaven. That's right.
Keep thickening. It's starting to thicken.
And isn't like one of the tricks for like say if you're making like Alfredo sauce or something, if it can coat the back of the spoon and not fall off, then it will stick to the noodle.
It's called nappe.
Nappe.
It's a French thing for coating. Yep.
And the reason why we cook it 80% is because it's continuing to cook now.
Right, and we don't want to overcook it.
We don't want to, because then it will get all dry and it won't have.
Well, it won't get dry as in liquid. It'll be, you can bounce it off the wall. It'll be like
Yeah.
rubber,
Exactly.
but it won't. It can't dry out in sauce, really, right?
Right.
But if you had it on a grill and, like she said, too long, it's gonna dry.
Yeah.
But that's why we browned it first, because we want to get flavor on flavor. We brown the onions, we brown the meat, we brown the vegetables, brown. Deglazing. Good stuff. Good techniques, people. You're going to learn the same techniques over and over here at MonStar Factory. And that's what we do here. We teach you guys, the home cooks, the everyday people, because I'm everyday people, so is she, how to cook quick, easy, simple, half-hour long recipes. It's not rocket science. And usually we would let this, once it thickens, we would let it rest for about 5 minutes. Now why?
Sorry, repeat that?
Why would we shut this off and put it on a pot holder for 5 minutes after we're done?
Well, wouldn't it continue reducing, continue cooking,
Yeah,
and
it-
also because if it's like,
It would thicken.
it would thicken more. And, little tip, if you have like a roast or like a type of meat and you're just like cooking it, don't cut it open right away. Like maybe like let it sit for like a little bit. Like say if you have like a steak I'd say maybe like 10 minutes.
Steak 5 minutes.
5 minutes, because if you just cut it open right away, a little bit of science for you guys that my dad taught me. All the molecules are going like this because that's how heat works. It goes, and then if it cools down, then the molecules kind of stick together. So when you cut open to it, all the juices don't flow out.
Right. And you get juicier meat that way.
Exactly.
Any kind of meat, you want to rest for brief periods, but we're not doing it for that purpose. We're doing it to thicken our sauce in this purpose. But I got it cranked right up that we're going to skip that part. We're going to get right to the thickening. Real quick. Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome. Come say hi. I'll give you a shout out. Trust me, I will. Smash that thumbs up button. Come say hello. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Any chef questions, recipe questions, you got a chef here, I'll answer. While we're waiting for this to thin. What do you guys eat for dinner? I always ask people, I'm always interested. What are you guys eating? Anybody want to jump in the hot tub?
I do. Oh, it looks so good.
Smells even better, people.
Ooh. Can I add a little bit more salt and pepper?
I think we salt and pepper.
Okay.
I think so.
Oh yeah, because we also
We did it,
in the onions
we did
every step. So yeah. We don't need any more butter, do we?
Nope.
No. Put that away. Cooking tip: clean up as you go.
Cooking tip: prep before you cook. Cutting, get everything in place. And mise en place is
mise en place.
everything in place. Prepping is getting your stuff cut, stuff out, stuff ready to go. That's how it comes. We can cook in a half hour. We did a lot ahead of time. That's at a nice spot. I'd shut that off. Add your rice. We'll give it a minute to sit, and we'll be off and running. We're going to put our rice right into it and let it become happy with the sauce. Look at that, people. Looking good. Oh, delicious. Fajita bowl, chicken fajita bowl. If you wanted, you could put that directly in a flour tortilla. You do you. Wally. Wally's in the house. We're going Wally.
Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Put this closer. And luckily, this one has two handles. Boom. That's just convenient that I chose this pan. There. Turn off the heat. All right.
Look at that.
I'm just gonna wash this pot completely.
Chicken fajita bowl, people. Looking delicious. What can I say? It's all cooking techniques. That's it. Simple. I know you guys can do it. I have faith in all of you. Nice job, Wally. I mean, nice job, Molly, says Wally. Looking good.
Looking very, very good.
Okay, let's go.
Yep.
We'll
Let's
just
drop
we'll finish it off.
All right.
Don't
So
bring that.
I'm gonna bring this
If you technically you'd want it to sit for another about 5 minutes, but we don't want to keep you guys waiting.
over. Move this over here. Give myself some room. You want room to work. Okay, so
Keep the bowl still.
you're gonna want some color right on top. Is that should be good?
A
That
little,
should be
little bit
good.
more. There you go. Now that's perfect.
Ooh, look at
Perfect
that.
serving, and we're gonna have leftovers. Don't squeeze all the lemon because you need some lemon for that, right?
Right.
100 for the food, he says. There you go, marked. Looks good though, eh? Here,
Oh, yeah.
hang on it for a sec. Nice.
Oh, I'm shaking. It's heavy. Okay.
So will we finish her up here?
Put some sour cream. Open that up. A little dollop of sour cream on
Right
top.
on this one right here. Ready to go.
Want some a little bit more?
No,
No, that should be good.
because you got to make room for the avocado.
Yeah. Oh, it's like falling apart.
Doesn't matter.
That's okay.
Put it on.
Use my hands.
There's our avocado sliced up.
Probably doesn't look the best, but you
Yeah,
know
it
what?
looks
It's
damn
okay.
good to me. So going for a taste and off we go. Kept you guys here long enough. Perfect. Looking good. There's our chicken fajita bowl, people. If you want to put it in a flour tortilla, you do you.
Just take some of this, hand over it,
That's a lime, by the way.
lime. It's okay. You said lemon earlier too.
What did I?
Yeah. Save the rest for that. All
A
right.
fresh squeeze of lime will make such a difference in this, people. Okay, she's going in.
Okay, so
She's
let's
back
take,
up. Going in for the taste.
I'll go on this side. I don't want too much chicken. Not the chicken. I need to get what I gotta get a little bit of everything, you know?
Let's hear a little bit of everything.
I'm having issues.
She doesn't know how to use a fork, people. You need sour
This
cream and
works.
avocado.
Sour cream,
Gotta have it all.
avocado.
There you go. We're going in for the kill.
Mmm.
Hot though, eh? Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
We're good to go?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Happy. Say goodbye.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for joining
Bye,
us.
everybody. Thank you.